Congratulations, Jeremy, on receiving this prestigious award. So, thanks. So it's now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Dr. Mitch Kornet. Dr. Mitchell Kornet is a 1976 graduate of the Cornell University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and a 1979 graduate of Cornell University's College of Veterinary Medicine. He is the owner and director of Mid-Island Animal Hospital in Hicksville, New York, and a partner at the Long Island Animal Hospital. Dr. Kornet enjoys all phases of practice and loves the variety of medical and surgical cases that he treats. He values his long-term relationships with pets and their owners, and the dozens of veterinary students he has mentored during his career of 39 years. Cornell has been an important part of Dr. Kornet's life, and we're all very indebted to his volunteer work for the university and college. He has held many leadership positions in both the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and the Veterinary College, including president of the CALS Alumni Association in 2008 and a member of the CALS Advisory Council. He is also a member of the Cornell Council and chairman of the Veterinary College Advisory Council and our annual fund. So I'm personally very appreciative of Mitch's service to the college and the guidance that he gives us, and I very much look forward to his remarks. Dr. Kornet.
Thank you, Dean Warnick. Thanks for that introduction. Isn't it wonderful being here in Bailey Hall today? This is a special day for all of us. So how do you get to Bailey Hall? I asked several people that question, and they all gave me the same answer. From the vet school, go down Tower Road, and when you get to Kennedy Hall, make a right. But that's not how you get here. The answer is study, study, study. And I know that's how all of you, the class of 2019, got here today. Congratulations. So these days, I don't get intimidated easily, but being in Bailey Hall is a little scary for me. Bailey Hall has great significance because in this room, I was humbled. Actually, that's not the word. It's more like brought to my knees. Because in 1972, I took Bio 101 here, introductory biology, with 1,000 of my closest friends. I used to sit right there, right over there is where I sat. When my first test grade came back, I could tell you there were no straight lines in that letter grade. C. It was panic time. I thought that was the end of my dream of becoming a veterinarian. How could you be a vet if you got a C in biology? I called my parents. I told them there were a lot of really smart people in Cornell, and I wasn't one of them. They gave me the advice that every great parent would give, just keep trying. So I looked in the mirror, and I looked at my classmates who were doing well, and I learned something. They were working a lot harder than me, and from that point on, I started working at a level that I never dreamed I was capable of, and in this room, things started to change. I figured it out, I succeeded, and just like you, I studied, studied, studied. Now, one more thing I want to tell you. There's a role reversal going on today. I'm on this stage, and the professor who taught Bio 101 45 years ago, Dr. Craig Adler, heard that I was speaking, and he's sitting out there with you. And even though I'm a little nervous, I really appreciate that he's here, and it shows the connections that students make with their professors. Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Adler. You've worked so hard, and the transition from classroom to clinics is a monumental event. So many people have helped you get to this point. Your parents, siblings, spouses, partners, significant others, and even children are here today. Many of your professors who have worked so hard to train you are here today, and everyone is so proud of you. But most of all, you should be proud of yourself. You've sacrificed so much to get to this point in your life, and I can assure you it's all worth it. Thinking about my career as a vet for over 39 years, I can tell you that I'm the happiest person you'll ever meet. Veterinary medicine has given me a great life. I'm challenged intellectually and physically, and fulfilled when I succeed. I have a wonderful work-life balance, and even though I continue to work long hours, I make the time to have lots of fun. I really love working, and I always tell people I'm never on time for work, I'm always early, and that is true. As veterinarians, we are unique. Most people need a cup of coffee to get them going in the morning. We need a meow, an oink, a lick, or even a wet cow's tail soaked in you-know-what to whip across our faces to get us going. It's a rite of passage. We don't care if we get dirty and smelly. It's just the rite of passage that we all understand and do. We work hard, we care about our patients, we care about what our clients think about us. We constantly want to improve ourselves, and we continue to learn throughout our lives. It's all about dedication. Yes, we are different. Many of us work hard even when we're on vacation. I have to tell you a story about an airplane trip that I took in January. I look forward to going away not only to relax and have fun, but the plane ride is an opportunity to catch up on my journal reading. I'm not sure how you're taught to read journals today, but my professors told us to read the journal, tear them up, and put the articles in a file. So I'm 40,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean, coming home from New Zealand, busy reading and tearing up my journals. About an hour into my trip, my wife pokes me and says, "Look at the guy in the next aisle. He's reading journals and tearing them up." Then she tells me she sees radiographs of horse bones on his computer. Well, I couldn't resist. I walked over to his seat and asked him if he was a vet. And he smiled and confessed that he was doing the same thing as me, keeping up with the latest information. What are the chances of two vets on the same airplane tearing up journals? That's unheard of. What's amazing is that this man wasn't just any vet. He was one of the most renowned equine surgeons in the country and a professor at Colorado State University. Dr. Wayne McGilwraith and I became fast friends on our trip home as we talked about the work ethic of veterinarians. So talking about professors, when I was in school, our professors were our heroes. I think back and realize how lucky I was that I was trained by Doctors Kirk, Evans, Delahunty, and Scott. They inspired my class, and we all aspired to be just like them when we grew up. Every class and generation has future leaders. When I was a student, many of the professors you look up today were just kids. Dr. Center was an intern. Dr. Kern was a resident. Dr. Hackett looked younger than most of the students. And Dr. Randolph, my longtime friend, was a student just 2 years ahead of me. Now look at how accomplished they are now. When I look at your class, I see the future of veterinary medicine, and I look forward to watching you emerge as innovators and leaders in our profession. So in the next few days, you'll get into the clinics and start applying everything you've learned. It'll be very exciting for you, and in a year and a half, you'll get your first job. Most of you will be a little scared, wondering how good a vet you'll be. But when you start working, something magical is going to happen. It happens to everyone, and you'll never forget it. It'll go something like this. A tough case that no one can figure out will come into your hospital. You and the other vets that you work with will be going back and forth trying to come up with a diagnosis. All of a sudden, a light bulb will go off in your head, and you'll say something like, "Could this dog have Addison's disease?" Because you're the new kid, your colleagues will brush you off and say, "Oh, no, it can't be that." And then you'll gently suggest that they check a cortisol level. Well, when the results come back and you were right, you'll know that all the training you had has paid off, and you're as smart and knowledgeable as anyone. It's an empowering feeling, and I love to hear when it happens to a new vet. Just wait. One of the most important things to learn is that even though you're so well trained and are totally capable of succeeding and thriving, you can't do it yourself. Make a lot of friends and surround yourself with positive people. Stay connected to your classmates and mentors. Meet the other vets in your community and have a strong support system. You work long and unpredictable hours, and it's essential that your loved ones know that and give you all their support. The secret weapon to my happiness is my wife, Renee. Renee and I just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary in December. We were partners in physics lab in high school, and she's been there for every phase of my career. And by the way, I really loved physics that year. We got married in the middle of my junior year of vet school, and Renee came up to Ithaca and supported me in every way possible. What's really great is that she knew all my classmates and professors, and she's been around veterinary medicine so long that she's become a vet by osmosis. I promise you, she can diagnose a cruciate ligament faster than anybody in this room, and she never lets me forget that the sun never sets on a pyometra. Renee just gets it, and it makes it so much easier when the people around you understand and support your mission. One of the wonderful things about being in the clinics is that you develop long-lasting bonds with your clients and patients. I really love the connections I make. One thing that I learned years ago was to listen to your clients. They know a lot and they can teach you a lot. So much of any veterinary diagnosis is from the history, and the clients have the key to the answer. About 35 years ago, I learned a lesson from a client that absolutely changed the way I practice and the way I think of catastrophic illnesses. One afternoon, a 90-pound woman carried a 30-pound German Shepherd into my office. Think about that, a 30-pound German Shepherd. The dog was comatose, and she placed him on my table, my exam table. I immediately told her I was so sorry that her dog was sick, and I said, I guess you're here to put him to sleep. That was a mistake. The woman bristled, took 2 steps to get into my face, and said, what's your rush? He's going to be dead for a long time. Just make him comfortable. I have to admit, from that day on, I thought about euthanasia in a totally different light, and it changed the way I practice. And yes, clients will definitely impact your life in so many ways. When you work really hard on a case, you'll feel the love and respect from your clients. It's very important for me to be smart and up to date, but that's not necessarily what a client wants most from you. They want you to be nice to them and compassionate to their animals. In turn, you'll get heartwarming thank you notes from so many clients because of your kindness. I have one suggestion. Take those notes and put them in a drawer. Never throw them out. And watch what happens over the years as that drawer overflows. And when you're really having a not-so-good day, go into that drawer and read what your clients think about you. It'll be very therapeutic and help you get through some tough days. Well, it's almost time to celebrate, and I have one more thing to talk about. As Cornell veterinarians, I think we have 4 responsibilities. First, we have a responsibility to be the best doctor we can be. We have to be professional every day and look out for our patients' best interest. We have to be there 100% for our patients when we don't necessarily feel well or there's something else on our minds. And we have to keep up with the latest science, technology, and techniques and not be complacent with the knowledge we have today. There's always more to learn. Second, we have a responsibility to our clients. We have to communicate well, be empathetic and responsive to their needs, and we have to understand that they look up to us. Some clients see us as heroes, and we are so influential in the decisions they make. They depend on us. And you may not know it when it happens, but a brief meeting with a client could change a life, and I'll tell you how. You may find yourself in a room with a 5-year-old little girl who tells you she wants to be a veterinarian. You watch her grow up as she comes to visit you every year with her family and pet. And when she's 16, you hire her to work in your hospital. The next thing you know, she's in the Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine class of 2019. That's an amazing story that happened in my office in 1998. Thank you, future Dr. Jackie Pino and family. You are an amazing part of my life, and I thank you. Third, and most importantly, you have a responsibility to yourself. You've worked so hard and sacrificed so much to become a veterinarian, and you deserve a sustainable career that you'll love and fulfills all of your needs. You need to work in an environment where you feel safe and are respected and appreciated, and you need to enjoy going to work every day. You deserve to be paid well, and you should have a career that allows you to enjoy all the fun things that life has to offer. There are many ways to achieve this goal, but sometimes you have to take a few unexpected left and right turns to get there. Finally, we all have a responsibility to our alma mater, the College of Veterinary Medicine. Being a Cornell vet will open so many doors for you. I've had the pleasure of working with and becoming friends with our last 3 deans, the late Donald Smith, Provost Mike Kotlikoff, and now Dean Warnick, and I learned something that I didn't know when I was a student. I can tell you that our deans lose sleep at night thinking about your well-being. They work so hard for you, and they want you to have the best education, they want you to be happy, and they want to see all of you succeed. The Office of the Dean, professors, the Office of Alumni Affairs and Development, and staff are so committed to you. So when you graduate, please remember the vet school. Stay in touch, volunteer to be on committees, mentor students, and contribute any way you can. I promise that whatever you give, you'll get it back 1,000 times in personal satisfaction. As a member of the College Advisory Council and Annual Fund, I know how much the college appreciates it when you stay involved. And equally important, I know that I'm helping to make a difference. So students, please stay connected. We need you. One thing that's really nice to think about is even though you're leaving Cornell in less than a year and a half from now, you'll always be part of the vet school family. The vet school is forever. I promise you that. So back to Bailey Hall. I've witnessed some amazing events here. I saw Muhammad Ali on this stage in 1975. I heard Jane Goodall speak here about her work with chimpanzees. I've seen concerts and politicians here. But after today, I can tell you this is the most memorable event I've ever attended in Bailey Hall. This is the room where it happens. I thank you for inviting me today, and I look forward to being your colleague. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you.